It hardly seems like a place to learn how to succeed in business, but that's what it is. Kanrisha Yosei Gakko, the most famous business management school in all of Japan. It's where mid-level executives of Japanese companies, small ones and large ones like Nissan and Honda, are sent to be samurai of salesmanship. After all, as the saying goes in Japan, business is a martial art. The companies pay the $2,000 tuition fee, and they take the report card very seriously. Pass the course and you've got a future. Fail, and you've probably seen your last promotion. Got it? Okay, let's go to school. These are corporate commandos, mid-level managers in their 30s and 40s and even 50s. They come to the foot of Mount Fuji to rededicate themselves to their companies and through their companies' profits to Japan. They don't come here voluntarily. They've been ordered here by their bosses for 13 days of self-improvement. Instructor Fujimori.
Physically, but it's very tough to break his own conception out.
To break his conception of himself.
Himself.
Do you know they call this Hell Camp?
Oh, that's only a name. Actually, this is paradise.
If this is paradise, the angels better bring some earplugs. The first thing you notice at Hell Camp is that everybody shouts. From the diaphragm, the instructors say, like admirals. Only these admirals are about to set sail against U.S. companies like GE and IBM. Englishman Anthony Willoughby runs a leather goods business in Tokyo and is the only Westerner ever to sign up for the course.
This school is actually designed on exactly the same plan as the kamikaze schools before the war, or during the war. I promise you, it is the Naval Academy is what this is. These are the lines that it is run on.
You mean these are soldiers training for combat?
Absolutely.
Day one, all 250 members of the class are called to muster. There are basically two kinds of recruits. People who are due for promotion to be senior executives but aren't quite ready. And weak executives who've been warned to shape up if they expect to advance in their careers. But before you can shape up, the instructors say, you must sit up. A long stick used in Zen Buddhist rituals prepares the sloppy plebes to learn self-discipline.
Once you've got in there and you've been through the initiation ceremony and they've played the music and you're feeling a part of it, you then are told that which group you're in, about 8 or 15 people, depending on the time. You're then marched outside and you're put up in line like that. And then you have to look at the person in front of you and scream, "Haizamas! Haizamas! Haizamas!" And that means good morning.
After a few ear-splitting good mornings, each recruit is ready to pick up his 14 badges of shame. The ribbons force each trainee to wear his inadequacies on his chest. When he conquers a weakness and passes a test, the instructors allow him to take off a ribbon. All ribbons must be gone to graduate. What kind of tests? Memorizing the 10 commandments of aggressive salesmanship. Clear pronunciation. There are telephone tests designed to make you commanding and quick when you sell by phone. And there are debates, sort of. It's okay if your answer is wrong, as long as it's loud and fast. And there are letters to write to your boss, promising to improve your work and show loyalty to the company. Above all, you must be assertive. especially when proclaiming your limitations. Did you like it?
No, I hated it. I have never in my life felt more homesick or wanted to get out of anywhere. I've never wanted to escape more.
Why? It's not physically so tough.
An excruciating boredom, and also just the whole atmosphere. I really didn't like it. It's a powerful place.
So powerful that few trainees will ever forget the school song.
And I promise you, it's 3 years since I did this course, but that is still absolutely in my brain.
It's called the Sales Crow Song for loyal birds of business. Everybody has to learn to sing it from the heart. What you make with the sweat of your brow, they sing, you must sell with the sweat of your brow. What you make with tears, you must sell with tears. Don't be discouraged, Sales Crow. Look bravely down the street. Encourage yourself, Sales Crow, and fight like a warrior. But what's the point of it psychologically?
I think Japanese people, again, have seldom got out themselves and shouted. Because you never shout. And let's say there's one saying in Japanese, the first man to raise his voice has lost the argument. And all this is again, keeping people quiet, keeping them down. So that this is the first time they've been told to get out to shout.
And it's not enough just to shout on the campus. Each day, some of the students put on their business uniforms and are bussed into town to sing the Sales Crow song near the entrance to the railroad station. As always, they're graded. This is pass. This is fail. The instructors say this is all designed to give the students confidence in public speaking. It's less clear what it gives the people passing by. Back on campus, the competition to get rid of the badges keeps the pressure mounting. And already, by today, day 5, with the toughest 8 days still ahead, one person has run away in the middle of the night without a trace, 2 people have been treated for injuries, and only 91 ribbons of shame have been removed, which leaves 3,143 ribbons of shame to go. No wonder at Hell Camp, you even have to learn how to laugh. Morning wake-up call is 4:15. There are sunrise calisthenics with a towel. It's an old samurai ritual designed to toughen the skin. On this day, the recruits will need tougher skin, literally and figuratively. This is the day of the 25-mile endurance hike. They are sent out in squads. They have maps, though the maps are deliberately misleading, and knapsacks with some rice, fish, and water. The squads compete to see who can get back first. On the average, it takes about 7 or 8 hours to complete the course. And it's not unusual to see some recruits returning by stretcher. It's the day before graduation. An instructor coaches a weak student who is about to get his last chance to pass the test on the Sales Crow song. One more time, he faces the judge. And a grateful embrace for the instructor who coached him through.
Graduation is I must say, very moving. I find it moving. I felt a fraud there because I hadn't actually passed all the tests, of course. But to actually see the people coming together, those who have passed and those who have still failed, and half of the people had failed, and those who actually did pass certainly had an immense sense of satisfaction, pride in what they'd done, and were ready to snap back into the system which has built this country.
In this class, only 12 out of 250 graduated on the 13th day. Those who failed got 3 more days to keep trying. If you wonder how important it really is to succeed at HellCamp, this is a man who, at the end of those 3 days, had failed the course completely. His future as a manager is probably finished. While the other graduates head home, he is humiliated. When he returns, he will face his boss and his family in shame.
I think you can see the single-mindedness and strength of this country that I think is inspiring to anybody else in the world who wants to call themselves a capitalist or who wants to call themselves a businessman. Japan leads the world at the moment, and people have got to come and look and see why. And though we in the West might consider this sinister, it's not really sinister. It's getting people excited. It's getting them within the company area that's good for the group, good for Japan.
And good for the people who can say they have been to HellCamp and survive.